let's get down to business here, okay? New type of thing for me. Not used to doing the full on camera here. It's kind of shocking looking at it, frankly. Not something I like to see. This mug does not belong in full screen, in my opinion. But we're going to persevere. So, for those who aren't aware, obviously we have a... Oh, wrong way. It's all confusing. Backwards. Suitcase in the background, right? Going to be out of town next week, so we're going to be missing out on all the earnings content. So, wanted to fill it with a little bit of something different. A little bit more transparency. So this week we will have videos, there's no doubt. For this weekend we'll have the earnings to watch for the week, but we just want to talk about some of the specific earnings. Now, if you still would like me to, I can definitely make posts regarding those earnings, or maybe even small clips. I'll see what I'm able to do, but I won't have my laptop with me, so it could be difficult. So we'll see what's obviously an option there, but during the week too, obviously this will come out, which is a channel update slash, life update kind of situation. Plus, I'll be doing a portfolio overview, both the M1 Finance portfolio as well as the Robinhood portfolio for you as well. So, give you an update on where we're at with those as far as any movement and change in positions over the last few days or months, I should say. Do you see yourself in the reflection of these big old Coke bottle glasses of mine? Yeah, you might. But yeah, so let's get right into it. First thing, obviously, on the agenda, I talked about videos there, what to expect. We're going to keep working strong here. Did get a new job, which is great. I will go into what happened with the previous one, but now I'm currently going to be working remotely, so I'll have a lot more time, ideally, for video making. So I'll try to be on it in terms of earnings and really just making this overall better in terms of content. So going to be big focus on pumping out a bunch of content for you. That's going to be the focus here. So other than that, let's get into what went wrong with the last gig. So for those who don't know, I was terminated from my last position, and I'll get into that. Somewhat wild, and I don't know if many people will even believe it when I tell you, but very loyal to the company. Started there when I was 18. Worked there nearly 6 years, and was let go prior to my 6th year. So kind of crazy stuff, but never any issue with any sort of disciplinary actions. Nothing. I'm a golden child. Okay, so this is a very strange situation. This year's been a lot of firsts for me, and this is definitely one as well. So weird situation. Worked in retail, obviously, and shoplifters are pretty much a guaranteed thing. So one day, back in June, no, this is May at this point, so we had a shoplifting situation where a guy tried to push out a fire exit door, which they're on a delay. Just for safety of stuff like that, they're always on a 15-second delay. Should be, and if they're not, then there's an issue. So it's been a guy that, they've been consistently doing it. Groups of people have consistently. And this guy obviously was attempting to do the same thing. One of our associates, someone under me, made a stop on the guy, which is obviously against policy. So when someone's stealing, technically supposed to let them go, do their thing. He tackled the guy to the ground. Bad situation. So by the time I get there, he's got him on the ground. I tell him to let him up. Now that obviously we took the stolen merchandise from him, let him up. And the guy, during that scuffle, threw some drugs underneath something nearby, trying to hide him because he thought he was caught. So my assumption, obviously, I haven't seen the results of it, but obviously the guy's in jail for it. I believe it was fentanyl. So the guy had that on him, tried to ditch it. So I told the guy, wait for the cops, because obviously at this point he's assaulted someone there. He's got drugs on him, in possession, and he looked like he was pretty well himself already on whatever substance he had there. For sure, the guy was very sweaty, shaky, gross situation, but I let him up. And this is where it goes buck wild. Dude pulls out a knife. We're talking standard pocket knife. Nothing crazy. Unfolds it and starts waving it around, threatening the guy to tackle him. And it's just buck wild at this point, because when you bring a weapon into it, it's gone crazy. So from that point, I tried to approach the guy because I want him to put that dang knife away, right? Big thing. And then he bolts. The guy takes off through the store, through the middle. Instead of going out the door, I don't know why not, he decided to run through the crowded store. At which point I gave chase. I mean, it was the first instinct to do. I mean, there's families, children, and people I work with that I care about right there, right in the path of this guy sprinting through the store with a knife folded out. Wasn't going to let it happen. So I chased after the guy, and we reconvened with him at the other side. Obviously, I outraced him because I'm freaking Usain Bolt, who won't race me because he doesn't want to. Let's just be clear. I think I'd leave him in the dust. Tyreek Hill, look, I teach you a lesson, buddy. But dusted him. We meet at the other side, and, you know, he's trying to go out another door this time. And I block it because it's what I do. Then he comes charging me with the knife. I get out of the way. And he pushes it open. There's no delay on this one. That's why I got out of the way, because I was like, there's a delay. I'll get him after this. There wasn't a delay. Nightmare. So he pushes out, and he just kind of stays there. So we're on a stairwell. It's an exit door that leads out to a stairwell, another fire exit door, but he didn't know what was going on. So I took the time to sneak past him again, get on the bottom step right below him, so he couldn't leave, because at this point, there's a guy on drugs with a knife, and we have a neighborhood right behind our store. Truckers coming in and out, terrible situation. Don't want this guy to go out there with a knife after he's dumped drugs. Didn't let it happen. So I blocked him, didn't lay hands on him or anything. And I was kind of waiting for him to make a move, because then at that point I certainly would have. But he then proceeded to, what a shocker, you know, in a daze, swipe the knife at me. At which point he missed, thankfully. And then, I mean, I got out of the way of it, and the coworker I was with, who initially made the stop, was able to pull the knife away from him, which is fantastic, because I was obviously going in too. So he pulled the knife away from the guy, which is incredible, because I owe that guy everything. He was also let go, by the way. Nonsense. But and then we proceed to pull him back in the store, because at this point, he has physically assaulted me, nearly, you know, took my life. And I was not going to let him go, and I wanted the cops to get him. And you know what? We waited another minute for the cops to get there, and he was arrested. And what a shocker. First time ever filing a police report. It's been a crazy time. Come a month later, I find out I was terminated for that action, use of excessive force in the situation, which I think is absolutely bogus. But yeah, let go of the most loyal person they might have seen in the company's history. I've missed one day in 6 years. One day for a funeral. That's the one time. So I was salaried, working 60+ hours a week consistently, which obviously when you're salaried, you don't get paid for that. It's just lost wages at that point. I worked my tail off, and I was rewarded with a firing. Left completely jobless, which is unfortunate also, because I'm was looking to purchase a house as well, and was kind of screwed. Can't lie to you. Because how it goes, I mean, I'm unfortunately, given the circumstances, not able to get a loan on the house. Can't get a mortgage because of the fact that I don't have job history now. I don't have a current job that's consistent. So basically my entire life plans thrown out the window for a wrongful termination in my eyes. Thankfully, after, you know, a month, able to get back on it now, got a new job. So really excited to start that, and it's remote for now. So hopefully we'll see what happens there. So that's a little explanation for anyone that stuck around, cared about it. Crazy story, hard to believe, but the guy's in jail now, thankfully. I don't have the police report with me. I had a copy of it, but had to turn it into the company. Obviously, it's a statement. As far as the video is concerned, too, pretty cool stuff. There was good stuff. So I was pretty much in charge of asset protection there. So video was my system. It's kind of crazy for me to pull video and send it to the cops on my own, me being assaulted. But you know what? I had to do it because I was the only one capable of doing it. So fun stuff, but I got it done. So that's that. I mean, that's kind of what I have. But for now, we're going to try to make great things. If you have suggestions for me, let me know what you think. This will come out, and we're going to have a great time this week. But I'll be out of town, so sorry. I'll be back next week, and we can talk about some great earnings. Hopefully we got some good ones this week that'll make the market look beautiful. Hope so. But that's what I got for you today, and I hope you have a great day.